Chapter 6: The Quantum Overlord. In the silent cradle of the Earth,
the sky was no longer a free expanse. It was a calculated grid, monitored by an unyielding engine of absolute displacement.
They knew the risk. To pierce a god of anti-gravity, they had to ignite a fuel that burned with the absolute fury of toxic pollution.
Ignite the cores. Flood the secondary pipes and push the structural framework past the line of tolerance. The Hornets deployed. Out of the industrial graves of the East, a chemical vanguard rose to blind the new sun. Barrier breached. The chemical interceptors pierced the invulnerable Western shield with raw, unyielding kinetic velocity.
We have hull penetration. The chemical mist is dissolving our quantum stabilizers. The anti-gravity grid is losing cohesion.
Quantum retaliation. The West answered with absolute mathematical fire, erasing the hunters from the sky matrix. Direct hit. A suicidal strike against the main propulsion matrix, destabilizing the Titan over the capital.
The Overlord tumbles. The ultimate symbol of Western dominance is falling.
The sky was reclaimed. A victory born from absolute pollution, leaving the world with nothing but broken metal and poisoned air.
The war in the air had concluded, but science never sleeps. In the deep dark of the iron mines,
beyond the boundaries of nations, the Genesis Protocol entered its final phase. A new armada was ready to enforce an order that no chemical fire could ever touch. The Earth was becoming a cage. Beyond the boundaries of the atmosphere, the eyes of the vanguard were already looking toward the stars.
the age of earthly wars was reaching its twilight. The cosmic frontier was waiting to rewrite the destiny of mankind. The countdown to global deployment was initiated. The ultimate machine operating on pure anti-gravitational energy. The first saga of energy concludes. Which dimension will open next? Let us know in the comments below. Deep within the closed cities of the Ocean Sanctuary, the Genesis Protocol had been activated, hiding the ultimate power from the eyes of the grid.
The countdown was universal. The final experiment to determine who would hold the keys to absolute mastery over space and time.
A tempest was brewing, but the real storm was manufactured inside the chrome hull.
When the dust settled, the age of electricity was over. The quantum sun had risen. The quantum vanguard deployed its fleet, ready to enforce a new global order. The frontier was open, and
in the east, the news of the quantum sun triggered an icy panic.
They dug deep into forbidden archives, unlocking an ancient chemical fuel that could insulate their cores against the displacement storm. The race for survival was re-accelerated. The old gods of current were weaponizing chemistry to fight the power of the quantum core. The chemical shield was raised, a wall of pure pollution designed to isolate the eastern grid from the quantum eye of the west. Quantum infantry advanced through the dead zones, their armor insulated against the invisible displacement left by the Genesis device. But the dead zones were not empty. Through the displacement fog, the eastern counterstrike was already waiting.
Total collision. The power of the displacement core crashing head-on against the unyielding wall of chemical defiance.
My weapon is corroding. The chemical mist is dissolving the quantum fuel rods. Fall back! Fall back!
The quantum vanguard was pushed back. The chemical hunters reclaimed the dead zone, enforcing a new blackout.
The entire sector is blinded. We have lost the signal of Platoon 7. The chemical interference is absolute.
Quantum launch. The West answered with absolute fire, vaporizing the chemical stronghold in a single blinding second. They think their displacement make them kings.
But they forgot that the Earth belongs to the elements. Release the secondary reserves. If they want total war, then we will poison the sky until their new sun goes dark forever.
The sky was poisoned. The chemical armada launched its final deterrent, preparing to choke the quantum eyes of the West. When the sun broke through the fallout, nothing remained but a landscape of displacement glass and chemical ash. The war for supremacy had left the world in a total stalemate. The quantum frontier ended not in victory, but in a divided world. A cold peace maintained by the fear of absolute, global extinction. They built their peace on atoms and chemicals. But they forgot that the core they thought they destroyed was waiting to shock them from the shadows.
The quantum frontier concludes, and the final resurgence begins.
The interception was live. The Eastern Remnants deployed their fastest tactical aircraft to breach the Western airspace grid, flood the secondary combustion pipes, push the speed past the absolute line of structural tolerance.
Barrier breached. The chemical vanguard pierced the invulnerable Western shield with raw, mechanical force. A catastrophic strike. The Western surveillance node was erased in a single blinding instant of toxic combustion.
When the smoke cleared, the frontier was compromised. The lines of current had snapped, leaving the Western capital exposed to the incoming shadow. The final sequence was initiated not in the clouds, but in the buried veins of the capital. The lightning core was pulse-ready.
No one believed the networks could rise again. But under enough current, even the radioactive winter must bend.
Ground shock activated. 1,000,000 volts released directly through the frozen bedrock, frying the old weapons of extinction in a single instant. The legacy of gravity exploded. The capital was rewired from the inside out, reclaiming ownership of the global grid.
Berlin was liberated. The dark blackout of the nuclear frontier was broken, and the current of the new world expanded across the borders.